post-all game. How was that?
It was obviously pretty tough. Without Yoki in there, it's we're pretty undersized in that position right now. So just trying to fight as hard as we could in there. Specifically, Lauren. I mean, she's really, really talented, just a really great athlete. So it obviously gave us trouble the whole game. Her catching in there and her rebounding.
And then you had a big third quarter with 10 points. And in the Baylor game, you had two big threes. How do you feel when you're able to get these offensive splashes that either keep the team in the game or help push them forward?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good to see the ball go in the basket. Obviously, I need to try to get that to spread to the other quarters. But, yeah, it feels good. And I mean, it just shows what I'm capable of doing in the offense. I'm just, I guess, not doing it all four quarters, but hopefully I can fix that.
Jalen, you get outshot percentage-wise, you get out-rebounded by quite a bit, and yet you win the game. How does that happen?
I think we're just a hardworking team. When we went into our huddles, Coach Mitty obviously, of course, talked about where we were lacking and everything, but that didn't waver everything that we did as a team, if that kind of makes sense. So we just kept working hard, making those adjustments and getting ourselves back into the game to be successful. So, yeah.
Giselle, obviously a big game for you. Just how did it feel for you out there, seeing shots go down and then, leading your team and setting a career high?
Can you repeat the question?
How do you feel hitting shots and getting a career high?
Okay. Well, I think it's a work team that I had the shots or something. But obviously, for example, in general, with offense, we need, for example, work probably a little more. But yeah, I just feel like today it was good, but we need to keep continue working. So, yeah.
Last few weeks, against Texas, Baylor, BYU today, you've had to kind of have those grinded out kind of wins. What does it say about this team that you've been able to do that and come out victorious in all those games? Any of you can answer that.
I think it's just a testament to how hard we work. Obviously, we're working out a lot of stuff in practice. I don't think a lot of teams thought that we could win these big games without Yoki out there, but I mean, we just have to. Everyone's had to step up their game, and I think everyone has to play at a higher level without her out there. But I mean, we're gonna fight as hard as we can all 40 minutes, and that's the best we can do.
Jalen, did it feel like BYU was taking away some of the driving lanes early, or did you guys just get more aggressive in the second half?
I feel like we just got more aggressive in the second half. Kind of just knowing the foul count and knowing that if we were aggressive, we could get to the free throw line most possessions. So yeah, I think we were more aggressive in the second half, and that also opened a lot of shots on the outside. Yeah.
What did it feel like to see a couple of perimeter shots go in for you?
It feels good, of course. Yeah, but I really owe it to my teammates. For like I said before, them just getting downhill opened up a lot of shots for me. Yeah, and I'm glad I could kind of repay them and kind of thank them by making those shots. So, yeah.
Gabby, just how grueling is the Big 12 conference right now?
Oh, I mean, obviously it's a really tough conference. I mean, you gotta play every night. It doesn't matter who you're playing. Obviously, top of the Big 12, bottom, middle, whoever it is. If you don't show up, you could get beat. So I think that, I mean, just looking at scores all around every night, you really don't know who's going to win. So you really have to show up every game. And I think we showed up towards the end and was able to pull out a win.
What kind of factor was the crowd tonight?
Oh, awesome. I think the crowd was incredible. I know Lauren Gustin, and so when I was guarding her, we chatted a little bit throughout the game, and towards the beginning of the game, she came up to me and was like, y'all's crowd is incredible. And I'm like, I know, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, I mean, it's just awesome to have the crowd like that, and everyone so into the game and cheering and everything. It really helps us. It really does.
It was, I know that the big thing is blocking out the noise, but we're human. You see the rankings and things like that. Any pressure that went along with that this week?
I mean, I don't think that it really matters that much. I mean, what's the difference between 10 and 4 and 3 and whatever? You know, it's still, you still have a target on your back. So I think that we're just more focused on every day in practice, what we need to work on, next game, taking one day at a time.
Anything else for the players? One right here.
This is for everyone. Serena had 8 assists tonight. That's, I believe, tying her season high. What is it like to have a point guard who's just distributing the ball so well?
Yeah, I think it's obviously very awesome. Serena's an amazing player. Yeah, so just seeing her like get downhill and create plays for other people, I think that not only shows that she's a great player, but she's also unselfish. And she's willing to share the ball with her teammates in areas like that. You know, she could have gotten downhill and tried to get herself a basket, but she decides to share the ball, and that opens up shots for outside players. Yeah, so proud of her.
All right, so you're 3 games in playing without Yoki. Just how would you assess how you all have responded and kind of regrouped to be successful even when she's not available?
Like I said earlier, I think everybody's just had to, you know, step up their game in ways that maybe we weren't doing before. Obviously, it's shifted the way that we play slightly, and I think that we've all just had to focus in on defensively, helping in the post, rebounding, and then offensively. We're not able to rely on her points inside, so we've had to move the ball, get more drives downhill, shots, things like that. So I think it's really just having to step up our game, and we're obviously a really deep team, so we have a lot of pieces that are able to cover up for that.